In this video, I'm going to show you how to change the belt on a Dyson DC25 vacuum cleaner, coming up next. Hey everybody, Rudy here from the Home Improvement Channel with another video helping you fix things around the house. Today I'm going to be changing a belt on this DC25 Dyson. That belt is going to be right here in this area. I'm going to show you how to get it apart and change the belt. It's pretty easy once you see how to do it. So without further ado, let's dive right in. Alright, welcome back. The easiest thing that you can do is remove this whole head from the vacuum cleaner. And to do that, you just push this button up. Might need a screwdriver, sometimes it's a little finicky, and then kind of pull away from the unit like that. It doesn't pull straight off, it pulls away. Alright, so let's get him out of the way. Alright, I didn't mention earlier, I was going to also show you how to change the beater bar and also examine the bearings on the beater bar. And it's a good idea when you're changing the belt to take a look at that. You can get all the hair off of everything, and you can see if those bearings are kind of tight. If they are, I'll show you what to do. But anyway, we're going to pull these 8 screws out right here. And then these are all Torx T15 screws, and this one is just a number 2 Phillips. So I won't bore you with all of these screws, so I'm going to come back when they're all out. Alright, got the screws all out. Just take this corner piece off right here. And make sure not to lose this axle that goes to the wheel. Turn the unit over, and this top piece should just be able to work it right off of there. There we go. There's the motor, and there's the belt exposed. Now, if your belt is bad, it's going to be pretty obvious. You're going to be able to look at these teeth right here, and they're either going to be worn off, or the belt's going to be snapped entirely. But in this case, we don't have that. Or another thing you can look for is if this gear right here is destroyed. That would also, you're probably going to need a belt and a new gear at that point. But anyway, since the belt is actually pretty good, we're just going to use a little screwdriver and lightly pull it off of there, just like this. Just got to work with it a little bit. There we go. The belt is off. And now I'm going to show you some tips about the beater bar that is worth mentioning for sure. As you can see, I flipped this back over, and you're going to want to pull this out just like this. And careful, the beater bar is in there, and then pull it straight out like that. Now if you notice there's a bearing here, check that bearing and make sure it's not all full of hair. If it is, you're going to need something like a scratch-all, something like that, to get in there and pull that hair out of there. And you can also pull this screw out, and that will release the bearing, and it might be easier to get everything cleaned out. But this one's already clean. Okay, so go ahead and separate that like that. And now's a good time. You can clean all the hair out of here if you want to do that, and clean it up, and that way it's good when you put it back. Now this piece here, see that? You're going to want to rotate that gear and make sure that that's turning really freely. This one was not turning freely when I took it apart, and the reason is there was some hair stuck up in the bearing. And to get to that, you can take this piece off right here using a T10. There's a screw in the middle, Torx 10 that is, star bit 10, whatever you want to call it. And take that screw out of there, and then just pull that out. That way you can get the stuff. You go in here, you do the same thing with your scratch-all, and you get that hair and stuff out of there. And that did help a little bit, but it was still kind of tight. So I just put 1 drop of 3-in-1 oil in that, right in here. Just a drop is all it took, and then that freed that puppy up nice and smooth, just like that. Now, of course, if that bearing's bad, then, well, you're going to need parts, but If it's not bad, then that will help it a lot. If that's tight, you're going to generate a lot of heat in there, and it's going to go bad a lot sooner. All right, so I'm going to put the beater bar back in and show you how to put it back together real quick. Just line that back up in there like that. Make sure it's locked, and insert that like that, and that's it. And we have our new belt here. Put it around the motor first because there's a little lip right here that's going to make it hard to get on there. And then kind of rotate that around just like that, and then it'll pull itself on. Just like that. Put the cover back on. Make sure you're not pinching any of these wires while you're doing that. And just put the screws back where they came from. Obviously, I'm not going to bore you with all that, so I'm just going to go ahead and cut right to it. All right, got the power head back on. Just make sure it's turning freely. And it's best to do this with the vacuum on its side. That way you can make sure this is lined up in that groove right there. Otherwise it won't go back together. So just kind of push that down in there like that. And then squeeze it, and there we go. It's back in. That's about it, guys. That's how you change the belt on a DC25 and any of the other models that use a similar mechanism. If you like this video, click on the thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. I come out with videos like this as often as I can. Thanks for watching.